To deal the maximum amount of damage during the bear hunt, we are constantly trying to join the rallies of the strongest players. This approach allows us to achieve significantly higher scores. But now, everyone in the alliance is trying to join the rallies of the strongest players, the ones we call whales, and it's turning into an incredible race. Players who manage to join the whales rallies end up at the top of the rankings while the others fall behind, and it's starting to create an incredibly huge point gap between them. For example, as the strongest player here, we've scored 10 billion points. The players below us scored 7 or 6 billion, while the other players in our alliance only scored 2 billion or 1 billion. While we get high rewards, they get significantly lower ones. But actually, guys, there is a trick to this. There is a method, a way for all the players in the state, or rather in your own alliance, to get the highest score. A video like this has never been made for Kingshot before. I'm going to explain this tactic to you in full detail. But first, there's something very important I need to remind you of. The tactic I'm about to share with you is really difficult to implement, and it's not something that will empower you on an individual level. It simply boils down to this: to guarantee that every single member within your alliance is able to receive the absolute highest rewards possible, rather than having just one single player take 16 blacksmith hammers from this location, you should have 20 or 30 players in your alliance take 15 hammers each. Because one or two players are being greedy and want an extra hammer, the rest of the players are unfortunately ending up with only 13 or 12 hammers instead of their fair share. So, with this strategy I'm about to share, every player in your alliance from low to mid to high level will score nearly the same amount of points, and everyone will earn the top rewards. I'll explain this to you in detail. It's not actually that difficult or complicated to explain, but I think it's definitely quite challenging to implement. However, if you can pull this off in the States and adapt this system to your alliance, all the players in your alliance will definitely receive high rewards equally. By the way, guys, 50% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed to my channel yet. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. I'd also be super happy if you left a comment below. I love you all. Alright, guys, here is how our system works. As soon as the bear hunt begins, usually every strong player launches a rally and everyone tries to join in as quickly as possible. Some players have a limit, a rally participation limit. When we launch a mobilization here, let's say I can launch it with 1 million. Let me show you an example here. When I start a rally here, guys, if my rally capacity is 1.2 million, there is a limit to the number of players who can join this rally. You need to set this player limit to the maximum. In other words, to allow a total of 15 players to join, you need to divide the rally capacity here by 15. But you're not just going to do this for the strongest players, guys. Everyone in the alliance should already have their rally capacity at a certain level for participation. For example, participating with 100,000 troops. Let's say you're participating with 70,000 troops. So instead of 6 or 7 people going in to get a high score for one person, 15 people will get a high score on average. Everyone will be participating in each other's rallies. That is their bear hunt capacities, folks. This is our most important plan and rule. So, how are we planning to go about doing this? Everyone needs to set up their units well in advance, guys. Once you have finished setting up all of your specific troop formations, you will need to join in with these exact troops just as soon as the action kicks off right from this point. Now, the absolute best part of utilizing this specific tactic, guys, is that normally when everyone decides to start a rally at the exact same time, everyone just rushes to join the first ones, and consequently, the rallies belonging to players with lower or mid-level power usually end up completely empty. Because everyone is racing to join the rallies of the strongest players in their alliance, sometimes when a low or mid spenders rally has a 1 million capacity, only 500,000 capacity actually joins and attacks, which doesn't deal much damage. I'm going to explain in detail the first thing we need to do here. First, we need to fix the formation system for the bear hunt. We put as many players as we can into the first row for the bear hunt. This is a strictly ordered system. I'm going to explain the triple attack system to you. First off, the bear hunt lasts for 30 minutes. Now, first you need to do this. You need to form 3 rally teams, a first, second, and third rally team. Yeah. Here is how you will set up the system. As soon as the bear hunt starts at the 30-minute mark, you will form a team consisting of the players closest to the bear hunt. This could be 10 players from your state or alliance, or it could be 7. You will place the strongest players at the very front. For example, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 9, or 10 players. Once the initial rallies are launched, 9 or perhaps 10 of our players will open their rallies precisely at the 30-minute mark. However, aside from those specific individuals, absolutely no one else in the alliance is permitted to initiate a rally. Everyone is expected to join the rallies of these 8 or 9 players, strictly adhering to a specific limit. For instance, everyone should join each other's rallies using exactly 70,000 troops, along with the appropriate heroes. Once you do this, you will have finished the first system. After that, guys, once a minute has passed, that is at the 29th minute of the bear hunt, the friends in the second group will immediately and quickly, once it hits exactly the 29th minute, they will start the rally. Onlar rally açacaklar. This time, you will join the other players' rallies. But you might say, we already joined the rallies of the top 8 or 9 players just a moment ago. How are we going to join the rallies of the friends in the second row? Actually, that is exactly how the system works, guys. Primarily because you chose to join the rally of the players in the front row, and also because the other rally started exactly 1 minute behind schedule. After the first rally has successfully struck its target and returned to base, you will still have a sufficient amount of time to join the rally opened by your friends in the second position. Therefore, once you have finished dealing all the damage from that first rally, you will be able to quickly jump in and join the rally being conducted by the second group of players. Once you do this, guys, all the rallies for the 8 or 9 people in the first row will be full. Then, after you've dealt your damage and returned, you'll hit the rallies of those in the second row. After that, it's the third row's turn. The 7 or 8 people in the third row, they will start their rallies. You guys, their rally time is also set for the 28th minute of the match. So, the first wave, the front row, will launch the rally at the 30th minute, the second row will launch it at the 29th minute, and the folks in the back in the third row will launch it at the 28th minute. In the scenario where we add a 1 minute interval between each rally time, we will have joined the rally of the folks in the first row. Then, after returning, we will have joined the rally of the folks in the second row. Once they finish their attack and return to base, we will be in a position to quickly join the rally our allies in the third slot started, and every member of our alliance will follow suit. Listen, when you consider all the various tactics and strategies available in the game right now, this specific method is exactly how you maximize the total number of rallies you participate in. Otherwise, you either run out of time or the players' rallies end up empty. But if you can implement the system I've described in the game, as I mentioned, you'll achieve the highest number of rallies, and at the same time, no one's rally will be left empty. Specifically, you definitely need to set a rally participation limit so that 15 players can join each player's rally, ensuring all rallies are filled. In the scenario where you do this, you definitely won't see a screen like this. I mean, you won't see 1 or 2 players with the highest scores while the others have very low ones. You won't see a situation where one person has 10 billion, 7 billion, or 8 billion points, while others are at 3 or 2 million. Naturally, the person currently in first place will no longer have a score of 10 billion, and the person in second place won't have 9 billion. But on the other hand, no one at the very bottom of the list will be stuck at a measly 1 or 2 billion points either. The average for everyone is going to climb all the way up to 6 billion, guys, if you decide to go through with this specific scenario. Instead of just a single player receiving 1 extra hammer, every single player in your alliance is going to benefit from these 15 hammers. Normally, guys, you were only ever able to collect 13 hammers from this specific location. With this BIFO, aside with this tactic, everyone will be able to get 15 hammers. Only the 1 or 2 people at the top of the rankings will receive 1 less hammer each. So for them, it will only be a loss of 1 hammer. But the other 50, 60, or 70 players in your alliance will each earn even more rewards. I think this is definitely a team game. There should be no competition whatsoever, and everyone in the alliance needs to achieve the highest score. Especially for players who spend a lot of money, there is no real need for hammers or XP after a certain level. I think this should be a strategy that is organized and implemented in every state in the Kingshot game. All alliances really need to adopt this routine. So please let me explain how this system works for everyone, guys. As I said, in a scenario where you organize your first, second, and third ranked players and launch your rallies exactly 1 minute apart, you can launch significantly more rallies. Following that, once the rallies from the first row have returned, the individuals in that specific row will immediately commence a brand new rally without any further delay. Because the rally for the second row returns exactly 1 minute later than the first, they will begin their own sequence. Again, exactly 1 minute after that. You are expected to continue following this exact same format consistently for a total duration of 30 minutes. When you do this, guys, believe me, you'll get the absolute highest damage and the very best rewards possible. If you want, you can go ahead and try it out for yourself. Then let me know what you think in the comments. I really wanted to show you this directly in action, but none of the states I know are currently doing it. Unfortunately, they haven't managed to successfully implement this system yet. If you manage to get this up and running, I would be happy to record a video demonstrating it for you later on. Or if there happens to be any state that implements this system, please let us know in the comments so our friends can see the benefits for themselves. Also, guys, when launching rallies for Monster Hunts, it doesn't matter if it's the first, second, or third row, you need to launch the rally with the right heroes. You need to launch the rally with the right formations. In other words, even when you set a limit of 70 or 80,000 troops, your participating heroes must be the right ones, and you need to send a high percentage of archers. You need to use the right formations depending on your state's age and the gene levels of the heroes you have. I don't want to keep repeating this in this video because I already have very detailed rally guides on my channel, as well as videos on which heroes should participate. I have detailed videos covering everything from Gene 1 to Gene 6. I'll also leave the link in the video description or the comments. You can watch that video for more details. That's our entire strategy, guys. I hope everyone in the Alliance, in the game Kingshot, gets the top rewards here, because the most important thing in this game is hero equipment, and the rewards here are incredibly valuable to us. By consistently putting in the necessary legwork every 2 days, we can truly manage to build a significantly stronger account for ourselves. You can easily bring this entire system over to your own server by simply sharing this video with all of your R4 and R5 friends, guys. I really hope that this video helps you out. Sending much love to you all. Please take care. I'll be seeing you in the upcoming videos. Please take care.